drop Miller, a steal, lost in Stamkos left circle. Left point Hedman. Right point Sergachev. Sergachev shoots, score! It's 2-1 Lightning with a $1:50 left in the third.
Oh my God!
And the Lightning have a chance to close out the series on Saturday at Amalie Arena.
We all know what's ahead of us.
That's going to be the toughest game yet. Our group certainly can rely on our experience. Just ride the waves of emotion that go on through a game.
We just have to realize this opportunity we've given ourselves. By no means do we think it's just going to happen just by showing up here today. It could be down to the wire again, and we've got to stick with our process.
It's not a time to rest on what we've done. It's let's go home and let's finish the job.
Come on, boys! Come on, boys! Big team! Big team! Big team!
Center point Stamkos. Shoot, score! A bomb from Stamkos!
Cover! Cover!
Hold on the rebound!
I like our battle here, boys. I like it.
Feed from Paul and punt. Score! Big Paul!
We're good here, boys. We're good. Good puck management. Puck management.
Big goal! Kucherov!
Can hope the puck's coming in. You gotta work that.
Score! Stamkos!
Boys, we gotta push it. Push it.
In the third!
We're leaning on them. We're leaning on them. No matter what happens, we play the same way. Same way, boys. Come on, men. Finish it.
So, what are you expecting in these finals? How are you expecting this to turn out? Are you expecting Braden Point to return?
Well, I will say I know the heart of Braden Point. Everybody should know the heart of Braden Point at this point. He'll be back. He'll be back. What time, what date, what game is to be determined. So he'll be back. I don't have a problem with that. If you saw my bracket, you'd be like, poor lady. She knows nothing about the Western Conference. So my Eastern Conference was beautiful. Perfect, actually. But the other side was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. So I don't know, for some reason I thought the Wild was gonna take the Western. But it's I think at this point it's anyone's cup. It's anyone's cup. We have to play each game one game at a time and get our business done one game at a time. I believe that they can pull it off. They can win the whole thing again with all my heart, but it takes one game at a time. And they're a good team. The Avalanche is they ain't no punks. No. They are very good. And their first time playing against us in the playoffs on this level is going to also challenge them. So I think it's going to be a huge challenge altogether. And just whoever has the most heart, whoever has the most push, who has the most warrior on the inside, they're going to be the winners. So we'll see what happens.
Do you think, let me ask you a two-part question. Do you think that the was it 9 or 10 days off the Tampa Bay Lightning had an effect in their last series?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, in common sense, everyday stuff. When you take a vacation for 2 weeks and you go back to work, you're like, and then you're like, oh, I forgot how to do this. Wait a minute, So I know they had a little bit of rust, but they worked through it very fast. They not only did they work through it, but they kind of used those first two games as a learning episode. They were looking at what the Rangers did well. And even though they lost those first two games, you can rest assured that they were learning their process as well. And so by that third game, and we figured out what was going on, and not to mention coming back home to our home crowd, that third game was also a helpful addition to them winning. But they learn. I think every time they have adversity, they learn. They learn from those mistakes. They learn from slow play, because when they're not on their number 9, 10 level of play at the beginning of the game of the first period, they learn from that, because usually they end up suffering either a loss or lots of points made from the other team. So it takes a lot, but I think they're going to do well.
And on the flip side of that, do you think it's going to affect the Avalanche, having their days off, being how the Lightning just experienced? Because you know how it was, the Lightning. I thought it was critical that they swept them and they got that rest, because a lot of those guys were banged up. But yet, as we just said, it kind of bit you on the back end, because now you came out at a slower pace. And I thought if we had to play every team after that Toronto series, because Toronto was playing so fast, so the Lightning had to match that. So I believe in that next series, that team wasn't playing on that speed, and it clearly showed on the ice. They went through those 4 games quick, fast, and in a hurry. Then going back to New York, going back and playing New York, you had to mix coming off a break after playing so fast and slow, had to catch back up. Now Avalanche has had a break. I'm not sure how many days, but do you think they can maybe come out slow? And the Lightning could take advantage of that?
Well, I don't know, because the Avalanche plays fast anyway. So I don't know if that will affect them as much as it did us. We kind of play, whatever game that is brought to us, sometimes we take that game to the team. Right. So I don't know if it'll affect us or affect them as much as it affected us. They're a really good team, and they're very adaptable, is what I've watched, because I watch all the games, not just our team playing. Right. I watch all the games, and they have just been monsters, on the ice. Hopefully, everybody is kind of healed up by the time the puck drop on Wednesday, and we can kind of see even strength as far as the play is concerned. I like that we have people who push forward through injury, and I think the other side is also doing that. That part kind of hurts me a little bit in playoff hockey, because I know there are people that play with broken bones and all kinds of other stuff, but I kind of feel like, they need that time to rest up and, get themselves together a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you can get rest, it's always a gift and a curse. You get time to rest, but yes, you kind of get out of rhythm, from what you were doing. But yeah, especially a long season, because you got to remember, with all those games being played, now you got the addition of playoff games, and that intensity is on a whole nother level. And Lightning definitely was planning a lot of banging each other in the game with the Rangers and the animosities after games, the whole brawls with Steven Skantos and all these guys. After that, it's just been wild playoffs, and I don't expect the finals to be anything short than excellent. And it's great that you get to be front row and center starting the game off.
Absolutely, it's nothing better in my life. Well, let me take that back. There's other things that are better in my life, because I don't want to take away from my family. I have a wonderful family. Off of the ice, I'm on my time. Yep. That was my job. That was my job for the whole entire game. Although I call myself an ambassador in the game, I'm on my time, so I don't really have to do any of that stuff. And I try to remind people that it's important to just be kind to people, because you just don't know what they're dealing with.
Absolutely. Well, Miss Sonya, I ain't gonna keep you here too much longer. We've been here for a while. Is there anything you want to shout out, stuff you got going on? I know you're focused on Lightning, but I like to give this time for you to go on your soapbox and say what you want to say.
Well, I just wanted to mention still that I'm still doing the Sunny Reading Project. My reading project is doing really good. I started it in 2020 at the height of COVID, when, my sister and I didn't really have a whole lot to do, and we wanted to do something that mattered. So reading stories out there for kids to be able to link in and click on a link and just listen to stories for hours if they want to. There's a bunch of stories out there now. There's hockey stories. There's football stories. There's, I think, a soccer story out there right now, but I'm trying to do better as far as including more sports, including more situations, so that people will find themselves in those stories, because it's really important. Just like we said, it's important to see yourself in others so that you know that this is something you can attain to. I think it's important with stories too, where kids can hear situations where it's the same as their family. There's one out there, my family loves basketball, and I'm happy to say that I wrote that story myself. If you get a chance, go out there and check out that story and some of the others that are out there. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised.
Definitely. This woman does everything on ice and off ice. So stay tuned to what other stuff that she got on, because there's never a dull moment with Miss Sonya. Oh, I forgot to ask this question. Who do you think is going to be the Stanley Cup, the key player to these finals for the Tampa Bay Lightning? I know you said you sucked on the Western Conference bracket, so we'll give you another shot. But who's going to be the finals MVP?
I don't know. I think Kadri has not lived up to his hype yet, and I think that he probably will. He's like, to me, he's like our coach, Kadri. So he's an instigator. He kind of gets in there. He's a wizard with the puck. So I think Kadri will probably be the one on the Western side. But I don't know. There's other people too, some other superstars in the West that may be I don't know, might check their advantage to shine as well. For us, I think it's going to be Cooch and or Braden Point if he gets back. So those are my, I mean, Cooch is always a part of what's going on, but I think he's going to take this opportunity to actually shine himself. And I don't doubt that. I think he's going to be a great, maybe, I don't want to say he's a great person to interject into a lot of the play, but what I'll say is he's that all-around person that's already there, but he's going to take his appointment to do what he knows he needs to do. Get more goals too. Right.
Yeah, it was like we were just mentioning earlier. I said sometimes he doesn't take initiative to be the one the point scorer. He likes to distribute the puck a lot. So you're saying he's going to be the guy to put the puck in the back of the net.
I think he's going to do his thing. He's going to do his thing.
I think he needs to. I think he needs to exert his dominance a little bit more on that ice. And like they said in the clip that we played, finish the job. I said, finish the job out. You got 4 games to win. It ain't done yet. You got 4 more to go. But I still, if Point comes back, I think he's going to play pretty well, depending on how bad because I know he's still hurt. So it depends on how he comes out. So I want to see how he comes out first. I think Palat, or maybe Palat might come through in this game. I see Sergachev has definitely came through with those 2 clutch goals that he had almost all the way from the blue line. It was 2 great opportunistic shots that he hit, and then that was crucial in that game. So yeah, I have to go with Cooch too.
Palat is amazing as well, because we may not be able to keep him past this season, because he's been with us a long time. He's been there as long as I have, so almost 10 years, if not 10 already for him. He's an amazing player. He is like that guy that puts his head down and works every single game. He gives his all every single game, and I hate to even think about that right now, but I know he's going to be good too. Well,
it's like we said, just enjoy the moments that you have, because you can't control anything past that, but you're damn sure going to have him for those 4 wins that they're going to get on the ice versus the Colorado Avalanche.
Yes.
Yes. So we'll get out of here, and we'll end this as we always do. You're the master of everything. What you do with your life, what you do with it is entirely up to you. I'm Blake Anthony. This is Miss Sonya Bryson-Kirksey, your Tampa Bay Lightning national anthem singer. Look forward to seeing her to start off the game. Look forward to seeing her after when you get a W.
For Kucherov, Miller, a steal, lost in Stamkos left circle. Left point Hedman. Right point Sergachev. Sergachev shoots, score! It's 2-1 Lightning with a $1:50 left in the third.
Oh my God!
And the Lightning have a chance to close out the series on Saturday at Amalie Arena.
We all know what's ahead of us.
That's going to be the toughest game yet. Our group certainly can rely on our experience. Just ride the waves of emotion that go on through a game.
We just have to realize this opportunity we've given ourselves. By no means we think it's just going to happen just by showing up here today. It could be on the wire again, and we've got to stick with our process.
It's not a time to rest on what we've done. It's let's go home and let's finish the job.
Come on, boys. Big team, big team, big team.
Center point Stamkos. Shoot, score! A bomb from Stamkos!
Cover! Cover!
On the rebound!
I like our battle here, boys. I like it.
Feed for Paul in front. Score! Big Paul!
We're good here, boys. We're good. Again, puck management. Puck management.
Big goal! Kucherov!
Ten hope. The puck's coming in. You gotta work that.
Score! Stamkos!
Boys, we gotta push it. Push it. We're leaning on them. We're leaning on them. No matter what happens, we play the same way. Same way, boys.
Come on,
Come on, men. Finish it.